Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. I apologize for the video being uploaded so late. Um, I don't know why that's popping up, but I've been studying for my biology midterm, so yeah. Um, I think that HTTP error might pop up every so often, just because I have no idea. It's just been 270's been a little bit tricky recently, so we're gonna go through this video pretty quickly so I can get two uploads in today. Essentially, we have Rachel Maddow, the host of the Rachel Maddow Show on MSNBC, which is one of the top shows, versus the TV personality Bill O'Reilly. I'm not going to be factoring in a lot of the things that happened recently, like the sexual harassment scandals. I mean, those would really ultimately give her an ultimate landslide. I just want to put the two people against each other as if they were political candidates. Either way, Bill O'Reilly's past comments about women are not going to help him, especially with. I'm going to be factoring that in, but the sexual harassment would completely be a blowout for Maddow, so I decided to make this a little bit interesting. But we're going to fill in a couple states. I'm going to leave some as a toss up, some that you might not expect. So we're going to leave the second district from Nebraska as a toss-up. Honestly, these would pretty much be the toss-up states, and then the safe Maddow states would pretty much be the Rust Belt. I mean, she was born in California. I would give her New Mexico automatically. She would have more of a minority appeal than Bill O'Reilly, most definitely, especially with his outlandish comments. And the fact that he is from Fox News. I mean, oops, my bad. The fact that she is from MSNBC shows that she does come from somewhat of a liberal news station versus a conservative news station for Bill O'Reilly. So it'd be like two opposites of the political spectrum. You would expect a lot of media shaming from either side. But right now, Rachel Maddow, she would do. Honestly, I think she would do pretty well going up to the Northeast. I mean, she definitely has the appeal of going up to the voters and speaking to them. Bill O'Reilly kind of, I mean, he did speak his mind. He was kind of like Trump, but in a bad way. He wasn't able to inspire the crowds behind him. He was able to call out things like President Barack Obama, which will most likely paint him as a racist. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But everything that's been behind Bill O'Reilly, he does make outlandish comments like Donald Trump, but he is no Donald Trump. He cannot, number one, vehemently defy it, deny it, get a base behind it. He can spew it out to the public. He can get a TV following, as Trump did, but when it comes to turning out voters and turning out crowds, he's not that awe-inspiring candidate. He's very much empowered behind a TV screen, but you put him up on a debate stage, and honestly, I'd expect him to not do well. Going over to Virginia, this is a safe Democratic state in this scenario. I mean, I wouldn't even consider it. Going over to Colorado and Nevada, I mean, with the Western Coast appeal, I most definitely would give this to Rachel Maddow. This puts her at 279 electoral votes, and that's not just the amount that she's going to win by. I would give her Ohio, Iowa, and North Carolina, and my reasoning behind that is I definitely think she can bring out the LGBT vote better. She can gain a lot of white voters going against Bill O'Reilly, a lot of independents. I mean, she's extremely popular TV personality, so essentially that would cancel out and the fact that Bill O'Reilly called out President Barack Obama with false accusations most definitely would paint him as a racist. The DNC would be the first to pounce on that. Honestly, a lot of these predominantly African American or large African American population states would end up going to Rachel Maddow. But going down to states like Texas, Montana, and North Dakota, they may be a little bit closer, but I think Bill O'Reilly will narrowly edge them out. Same thing with Utah. I think his comments are enough to win him there. But going over to Nebraska second, I actually think Rachel Maddow could do pretty well in the Midwest. I mean, she's no Bernie Sanders Midwest Democratic candidate, but she is someone who can definitely speak to the people better than Bill O'Reilly can. Um, I mean, she did somewhat support Barack Obama in 2008, and um, she really she didn't really publicly say it, but she was able to. You could get the message from her. I mean, a lot of these MSNBC TV hosts cannot say who they actually support, but you can kind of imply it based off how they react to certain candidates. I honestly think that she would be able to win Nebraska second. Going down to Florida, another state, I think she could win. But Arizona and Georgia, I'm not really seeing the spike turnout, especially amongst Latino voters. I don't necessarily think she would be the best for that. But I think in the state of Georgia, it could be a little bit closer. But again, honestly, it's not enough to overcome that even with Donald Trump calling out Barack Obama the same way Bill O'Reilly did, it wasn't enough for Hillary Clinton to carry the state of Georgia. Going over to Indiana and Missouri, Indiana I actually think could flip. I mean, with extensive African American turnout, I know it sounds crazy that Indiana would flip, but Georgia didn't. But also remember that I apologize for that. Also remember that we had Mike Pence in 2016, and this state was turning away from the Democratic Party. Now, after 4 years of Trump, Bill O'Reilly, the nominee, think about it, it wouldn't be the best scenario for the GOP. Going down to the state of Missouri, though, I do think that it would narrowly go to Bill O'Reilly just by a narrow margin. But is this the 2008 map? Wow. Okay. But this is my final electoral map. 359 electoral votes for Rachel Maddow to 179 for Bill O'Reilly. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you all later today.